welcome to a new game, Bunny Hill Horror. It's an indie game, it has a sequel, but for now, let's just play the first game. I don't know anything about it other than it's horror. So, let's jump into it. Welcome to the Bunny Hill Horror. This is an adventure choosing graphic novel game in which you advance by choosing options below this text. Your somewhat meager inventory is displayed by the icons above, which will flash whenever they can be useful. Once you've had a good check, ring the bell to let the bus driver know you're done. You've arrived at your stop, it's time to get off. Mercia Co buses. You'll get buzzes from our buses. Week Saver. Valid in North Staffordshire. Staffordshire? I don't know. Except we're not valid. Non-refundable. The letter informs you, in no uncertain terms, that your friendly local employment office have put themselves out considerably to help you get this interview, and you had better not present yourself badly or your dull money will be cut off. The letter is more coy about details such as what work involves and what the salary will be, simply giving you an interview date and time, the contact name of Oswald Mandius, and the somewhat vague job description of research assistant. A Mercia Co. mobile phone, your voice will go miles with our mobiles. Use this item to check your messages wherever you like, or add cartoon dog ears to your selfies, the world's your oyster, or you would be if you had any credit. Do not forget, Pub Quiz 1900, Clayton Tavern, some weird rich guy's quizmaster. Practice, hurry up and fail your interview. Good luck with your interview. Never give up. You can do it, babes. Don't forget your bezies tonight when you're rich and famous. Mine's a double vodka, lulz. Okay. Okay. Oh, ring bell. I'm sorry. You step off the bus with the same feeling of gloom and inevitable defeat that you always experience in these situations. Thanks, you say to the driver, who merely registers your cheap suit, grunts, and drives off with three elderly ladies who comprise the only remaining passengers thus far on the edge of town. You attempt to whistle a cheery tune, but this gets drowned out by the wind. At least there's no doubt that you're in the right location. There can't be too many castles in these parts. You cross a small wooden bridge over the stream that runs along the base of the hill and sigh as you gaze at the monstrosity. Well, time to get this over with. You look up to take strength from the cosmos, and the cosmos responds with the first drops of rain. Walk up North Hill, walk west, walk east. Where's the base of the hill? Okay, let's walk up the hill. There's no path up the hill, and your best, smartest shoes prove to be hazardous companions on the muddy quest. You just about keep your balance from the up-teen slip, and then notice the view from town's suburbs, which flickers a spark of joy within you. Less welcoming is the sight of a man standing on the bridge, who's dressed in black and doesn't look as though he has any plans to move. The metal fence to your east doesn't look welcoming either. To your east? North. You reach the top, panting and muddy, but feeling a real sense of achievement as Bunny Hill Castle looms above you. You think you see a figure through the open arched doorway. Enter castle. You enter an empty chamber to be greeted by a besuited woman set behind a desk. You've certainly had better greetings, you consider, as she looks you up and down for an uncomfortably long time. Service interest is round the side, she hisses, before returning to her paperwork. Two things strike you as odd about the room. One is how secure it is. The only way beyond the woman is cut off by a hefty-looking bolted door. Second curiosity is a gold name plate on the desk which reads Daisy Fluffington. I see, she says, taking your letter and checking it against a sheet of paper you're sure she just chosen at random. Well, I suppose you are general caliber of applicants the employment ministry seems to be shoveling on us these days. Now, if you just like to surrender your mobile or tablet or cloud or whatever machines your kind carries these days, we shall proceed. There's a bin here, then you can follow me inside. She regards you with a look of pure hate. That's Miss to you. Okay, how's it going, Miss Fluffington? Just Miss. Daisy shuts her eyes and takes several deep breaths. Remember, I'm the one who decides whether you get this job, or whether your dull, scrounging money gets cut off, and I really hope you do get it. What is this place? By this place, you of course mean Bunny Hill Castle, do you not? She waits for you to answer and interrupts you as soon as you open your mouth. It's a beacon of hope to us all, a lighthouse in this sordid and corrupt country. Maybe new, but will soon become the past and the future combined. Daisy's declamation ends with her arms outstretched for several seconds, as if waiting a round of applause. You cough politely and think of something else to do. It was Oswald Mangius. Mr. Mangius is a great man. He is the bedrock of this community, a man of the people and a true visionary. You should consider it an immense privilege to be working for him, even if you will be in an extremely lowly role. Is there an echo in here, perhaps? Or are you not quite capable of understanding basic instructions? Because even our pet dogs can manage that. Will I get it back? For what purpose? To watch amusing cat videos? To play the latest Sonic Brothers game? No doubt, because he helps you with all your intellectual pursuits, perhaps. Well, all the education you so clearly lack, you will receive from Mr. Mangius. Very good. Then we shall begin. Daisy opens a drawer and waves numerous sheets of paper vigorously in the air. This is the application form, the official government-approved form. It complies with Interior Ministry guidelines, gender equality, and data protection protocols, the Declaration of Helsinki, and probably the Warsaw Bloody Pact. Now, which gender do you identify with? Are you male, female, transgender, non-binary, or do you simply not wish to disclose such sensitive information? Okay, transgender is not a gender. Like, if you're a trans man, you're a man. If you're a trans woman, you're a woman. Because, like, this doesn't say cis male, cis female either. But, I guess. Anyways, I identify as female. She rips up the sheet and makes a show of examining another. Disabilities, are you dyslexic, dysphasic? Did your daddy never love you? Are you colorblind, gluten intolerant, or just a complete dunce who couldn't find your arse with both hands? If so, we get brownie points for giving you the job you don't deserve. Isn't that nice and progressive? Let's keep it simple instead, shall we? She scrunches up all but one sheet of paper and lays this in front of you. What is your name? Excellent. Now, if that task hasn't exhausted you too much, we'll just move up. Holy shit, that's fucking creepy. We'll just move on to... She stops and you notice a figure that has quietly entered the room. This is the new applicant, sire. Daisy's voice instantly loses its razor edge and takes on a breathy tone. You know, another of the employment ministry referrals. Excellent. The new arrival's voice is deep and silken, and he has a gleam in his eye as he walks over and lays a hand on your shoulder. It's always a pleasure to welcome new arrivals into our happy team. You look like a good, trustworthy local sort. We must show you the ropes. Miss Fluffington, would you walk up, please? Of course, sire. You're led through a round torchlight corridor and into a stately parlor which smells of sawdust and paint, while unopened boxes give the sense of a new space waiting to be filled. Despite this, the tastes are very old-fashioned. As if reading your mind, the man begins. The old and the new. Both have much to learn from each other, do they not? My company has come a long way through advances in communication, database management, and pharmaceuticals. But what does it all mean if the values of the past are forgotten? Chivalry, class, breeding. These cannot be lost. I was bred for success, but I still find time to host my quizzes at the local tavern. Fraternizing with the serfs is what keeps a true leader down to earth. On the wall hangs a painting, while a newspaper lies on a table by the gentleman. You wander up to the painting to get a closer look. I do beg your pardon, says Ozymandias. Do you believe you are a guest in my castle, free to peruse my valuables, artworks, and trinkets? Your understanding is erroneous. Now go and attend your duties. So, what do you want me to do? For now, your job will be very simple. The household will be attending the local tavern, where I will be hosting the quiz and making a very important announcement. Your first task will be to keep an eye on the castle till we return. Maybe sort out the library or help Lan feed our pets. Yes, that should do. But you never mentioned a night shift. I'm meant to be going. But you never mentioned a night shift. I'm meant to be going to that pub quiz too. Well, I can quickly solve your problem. It's invitation only, so you would not be allowed in. However, you do have an invitation from the Ministry of Employment to do what I tell you to. Can I have my phone back, please? You mean, can you have my phone back? You did not purchase the phone outright, but hired it on a rolling lease. It is a Mercia Co. phone, and I am the king of Mercia. Honestly, you can always rely on the young not to bother reading the terms and conditions. Serfs? There's no shame in being a serf. However, too many of your kind fall victim to the bombardment of lies from the television and internet. You think you'll make millions without lifting a finger, then you end up as benefit scroungers, ladies of the night, or one of the drug-addled zombies that shame our city centers and give lie to the promises of the modern world. But you're different, I can tell. You'll be a loyal soldier, and I will take pride in the cause. You've joined myself, Oswald Mandius, and Mercia Co. at a very exciting time. We're making big changes, not just to keep the shareholders happy or to improve our media buzz, but to change the very tide of history. I cannot believe what I am seeing, says Oswald, who appears to have no desire to share this newspaper with you. If this insubordination continues, then your lackadaisical attitude will need to be beaten out of you. You are in a corridor which circles around the ground floor of the castle. Some of the rooms don't look quite ready yet, but the ones that do have gold plates on the wooden doors. A spiral staircase leads up to the first floor, but its descent is blocked until the builders can finish the job. A painting adds some color to the torchlit walls. An inscription beneath the painting reads, Ads of Angels by Joshua Reynolds, 1786. Let's enter the library. The library appears to be a work in progress, featuring a bookcase containing a single slim leather volume which somehow stands upright in the middle of its shelf. On the floor are three big cardboard boxes, one of which is open, a painting which sits at the foot of the wall, patiently waiting to be hung up, and a glass-fronted frame containing two newspaper clippings. The inscription below the painting reads, Hylas and the Nymphs by J.W. Waterhouse. The only book on display has a leather dust jacket with golden writing which reads Clayton Sewage Committee Minutes, 1968-69. Of course, this would be the first choice for any self-respecting library, you'd think. You try to take a sewage book, but it appears somehow stuck. Then it jolts slightly towards you with a clunk. A whirring noise that makes you step back, and you realize that the bookshelf is shifted to one side, revealing a dark passage behind. You will pull the puzzles are this easy. The only open box contains a selection of books with a typed note which reads, Dear Mr. Mandius, thank you for your purchase of Insta Library. Real leather-bound books, all coated with wispy gray dust effect for that genuine appearance of classy expertise. No lawyer study, private medical practice of upmarket gentleman's club is complete without it. Now contains multi-sized volumes of lorem ipsum filler text for those hard to fill gaps. I get it. I get it. That's fair. That's fair criticism on those influencers. I get it. Not just influencers, but like people that want to try so hard to convince others that they are so smart. Anyways, moving on. You find yourself in a dank and claustrophobia-inducing section of the castle, which is announced as the crypt, both by a gold-plated sign on the walls and several coffins which stand in stone enclaves beneath you. The northern entrance of the passage leads to the library, while you hear barking and loud banging through the southern door. A hazardous spiral staircase leads downwards. Watching your step, you descend the stone stairs and read the coffin inscriptions, which appears to have been carved recently. They mainly denote Mandia's ancestors through the centuries. Others are marked with epitaphs such as unknown God-fearing peasant and loyal servant to the kingdom of Mercia. A chink of light flashes from the only metal object down here. It is a 5-digit combination lock attached to a doorway, cleverly hidden amongst the coffins. Let me take a note of this. So, 5-digit code in coffins inside passage library. Wait. Store side deck. Tickets. 2 months. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay. How on earth do you get a gate to be marked Ricky? This guy's a mentalist, pure and simple. You don't think the workman has so much as glanced in your direction, but the remark appears addressed to you. You decide to introduce yourself. Hi, I've drenched the joints in boiling water. I've dropped brick down there. Sandpaper maybe? But then I'd have to take the sodding thing apart again. You'll be asking for more spider webs in the crypt next. You are in an immaculately cut garden sloping down the hill. It is littered with heavy equipment and gravestones, freshly dug earth. You spot a shed to the east, beside which huge canines lie dormant. The whole enclosure is fenced off. What are you doing? What am I doing? The man gives a theatrical sigh. And continues in an ironic monotone. My name is Lynn. I'm a happy worker currently involved in creating a new cemetery. There's got to be a cemetery apparently because what shows is this castle has a proud heritage and wasn't just open last week. I don't even want to know where the bodies came from. If you're unhappy, why not leave? Leave? And do what exactly? Join a traveling circus? Compose a grand opera? Play on the wing for Port Vale? I used to work for the council, and that was alright until we got outsourced to this charlatan. Now it's lower pay, worse conditions, the union reps have disappeared, and we have to do whatever old Ozzy tell us. Of course, the taxpayer still foots the bill. Good deal he's got there. What are these dog things? They're direwolves. Apparently, some kind of beast that went extinct thousands of years ago. Because they're old, Ozzy thinks they must be noble and wants them back, so he messes about with the DNA to get something almost, but not quite right. That sums this whole place up. Rumor is he's scrapping the whole damn project. Good thing too, or we'll be up to our necks in bloody dragons by the end of the week. Can you help me? Your second attempt at introduction is more successful, and the man looks thoughtful as you tell your story. You're the new research assistant then. 3 others started last week when this place opened. I heard them going up and down the steps to the crypt for a few days. Then I didn't hear them again. If I were you, I'd leave and never look back. But you didn't hear that from me. Wish I could help. They don't let me out either. Tell you what, if you feel like investigating, let me know what you find. You are to the east of the under construction graveyard, fencing topped with razor wire blocks off what you presume to be a private road running down the hill. There is a shed with a note pinned to the door, but the structure is flanked by huge creatures who seem to be only half asleep. The bolts required to open the shed appear unwieldy and, more importantly, as though they would make a lot of noise to open. A bright red dog bowl lies on the floor. It's marked Fang and Kerberos. How cute, you think? The note's written on letter-headed Merchico paper and scrawled on black marker. To-do list. Make fenced door creakier, feed monstrosities, arrange books in library, lock up rooms, prepare for drug distribution. Okay. I can write this down. Fence door. Creek here. Feed monsters. Books in library. You die. Okay. There are very few weeks in this game, but previous one, which is in. Try again. Okay. So inside shed. I gotta go back to the crypt. Then the library. Enter parlor. Sorry. Leave room. Okay, so that is the parlor. So parlor guy is there. Oh. Talk to Daisy. I can't help but notice the doors now begin in a cross. What cheese is made backwards? 4 letters. Daisy shouts out over the top of you while waving an arm in irritation. No, don't tell me. I'll get this. Dairy-based quandary. Your best care to slide up the table. Can I help you? No, it's okay. I'll just premises. Combination lock. Okay. Okay. Lock. Hmm. Behind Daisy. Coughing. Into the corridor. Oh, wait. Oh, you are in the upstairs corridor of Bunny Hill Castle. The doors are marked with gold plates. Daisy Fluffington, Afled Mandius, and Osterthay Mandius. The staircase leads further up, but again, this will need more work before it can be climbed. Their painting decorates this area. The Blasque Guillaume de Toulouse, tormented by demons by Ambroise Fetrox. 1790. Daisy. With some trepidation, you enter Daisy's room to be greeted with a cloying smell of sickly perfume. Under the vise gaze at you as you enter, which you quickly attribute to a sizable doll collection that lines the walls. The rest of the room is also a mess, with clothes strewn over the floor and bottles of pills on top of the dressing table and surrounding carpet. You check the bottles. There are potions and lotions for everything from dermatitis to iron deficiency to insomnia. One bottle that might come in useful is labeled Dreamy, Sleepy, Nighty, Snoozy, Snooze. You enter the room and immediately jump. I'm sorry, I was just, the semi-naked woman sat on the floor, keeps still just long enough, let your discomfort grow, and then grins. Meditation. It's very stressful living in the modern world. That's what Daddy always says. She then puts on a comically deep voice. Mark my words, they have machines to think for us. Next, they'll have machines to live for us. Silly, really, although maybe he has a point. Anyway, I'm Elf. Thanks for stumbling in. I expect you're with the KKK? Yes, that can be a bit confusing, can it? The other three research assistants are called Kevin, Karen, and Katie. So, KKK. Clever, isn't it? Please tell me your name begins with K. Actually, no, don't. That would spoil it. KKKK isn't a thing. Come to think of it, it's been a long time since I've seen any of them. Still, I suppose Daddy has them hard at work somewhere or other. Ostrathite? Oh, you mean Cece Faye? I don't know what's happened to her. She looks nervously at you as her speech speeds up. I mean, she was here the 1 minute, and I'm sure she's around, and I'm sure she hasn't run off. And she was acting a bit secretive, and maybe she's run off. You make a show breathing slowly through your nose, and she copies you. Oh, yes, she stammers. Meditation, that's right. I know she's around somewhere. If you find her, could you take a photo and send it to me? I'd love to, but that fluffy woman took my phone. Fluffy woman. I like that. Not to worry, you can have Daddy's stacked phone. He's going to host a pub quiz tonight, so he won't take it. He likes to pretend he doesn't have a phone himself, silly man. Hit me up on 12. What's health? Okay, health's. Health's number 12169. When you need to. Internal allows you to connect anyone inside the castle only. Or would you do if you had their numbers? Accordingly, this one's personal to us all matches. Elf. Haha. You can stay in the doorway for now, or I'll get on the decked phone. Big bad Bob will be straight up here. Can't have just anybody wandering in when I'm so helpless. That's only for special friends. Can you get me out of here? I can barely remember the code for the front door. I usually just ask Daisy, if you do make it outside and get in my good books, I might let you leave Bunny Hill for a couple hours. After all, I suppose I'm technically your boss now, aren't I? That means you have to follow absolutely the order I give until I'm satisfied. Okay. We enter the room of the curiously named Ostrathite. The walls are sparse and everything is tidy, to the point where it doesn't appear this bedroom is even being lived in. A bed and a bedside table comprise only two pieces of furniture in the room. You pull open a section of the bedside table to discover two photographs of a pretty blonde girl, presumably in her 20s. 20s? No way. This is a teenager. A ballpoint pen and a book of cryptic crossword puzzles that is largely completed. Besides these, the drawer is bare. Deciding that there must be more to this room than total sterility, you check the bed without much hope. The sheets are silky smooth, the counterpane is clean, and you spot something poking out the duvet. It's a folded sheet of paper with a handwritten message. Dear sheet of A4 lined paper. I know, this has not got the same ring to it as it Mr. A4, but I had to burn my real diary. That fluffy arse lady has been poking and prodding around in my room, I know it. It feels like the whole house are closing ranks on me. Even that perv Bob hasn't been trying to get into my knickers lately. They know I'm close to discovering the truth, as I'm scared what might happen before I do. Father keeps a dignified silence as ever, and Sis has vanished so far into whatever weird and wonderful world she lives in. Whenever she's not flashing her tits at anything, with a pulse of course, that she's too unpredictable to trust. Even Len, he's a friend, but he might fold under pressure. Tonight I'm going down to the crypt to find out what their stupid Mercia plans really are. I need to know what happened to the KKK and what lies in store for the next research assistant. If anyone else is reading this, that means I haven't been able to return and destroy this message. If you want to follow me, you'll need to be smart, so remember to say aloud, "Oh, for one to hate." It seems the whole household has been infected with madness, and I'm not going to succumb to it. Isn't that right, Mr. A4? Love, Faye. You decide to keep the improvised diary for future reference. Oh, for one to hate. Elf takes a finger, drags it across the prose of Faye's diary. First you notice her eyes narrow, then her cheeks redden and her mouth becomes snarled. Too unpredictable to trust, anything with a pulse, she jumps in the air and starts stomping the ground. The diary falls to the floor and you pick it up just before she pounces down herself. Give me that paper. Give it to me before I gouge your eyes out. She pauses as if suddenly hypnotized and takes a few deep breaths. Meditation. Calm, happy thoughts. I'm a graceful heron perched on a tranquil lake. Sunrise. Okay. Return to the parlor, but Oswald Mendes has gone off to do whatever it is what eccentric multimillionaires do on their Tuesday afternoons. A painting hangs on the wall and his discarded newspaper lies on the sofa. Queen Guinevere's Maine, John Collier. Politicians and sex and drug scandal. Armed arrest after allegedly spending the night in a drug and prostitute-filled rampage from which they still haven't recovered. Anthony Adams and Brian Bodwin. Okay, AABB spent yesterday afternoon in a conference with Oswald Menges, into whom they are leading an investigation, looking into allegations of bribery and other unethical business practices. Following the meeting, they were reportedly seen drinking and enjoying the company of an attractive young lady believed to be known as Elf when Anthony became violent, attacking bystanders with an animal-like ferocity. Meanwhile, Brian entered an almost catatonic state and is still not responding to any stimuli. Anthony is being held in a padded cell after police fired 6 taser shots to subdue him. Their actions have thrown the opposition party into disarray and have disengaged. Cool. Oh. 6, 9. No. Mm. Okay. Gwen landed the diary, and his expression darkens as he reads through it. You didn't make this up? He looks intensely into your eyes and then sighs. No, of course you didn't. Bloody that thing to be doing an hour into your job. I don't like this at all. They told me she was visiting her mother in rehab. Well, I don't know the code for the crypt, but it sounds like she's already told you. Just follow her instructions. She always was one for crosswords, and cryptic clues was Faye. Tonight I'm going down to crypt to find out what smarts. Remember to say aloud. Oh, 4, 1, 2, 8. I got it. Oh, 4, 1, 2, 8. Dumbass. Think you've decoded Faye's puzzle. You enter the buttons with confidence. With a faint click and then a brief mechanical whir, the door unlocks. You descend the dark stone steps to be hit by a foul stench. As you reach the bottom, a fluorescent light flickers and then stays on. Dull groaning noises echo around your head. The room consists of a computer, which is turned on next to an tidy pile of papers, and besides cupboards and shelving, 2 closed metal doors appear to be the source of the noise. They are marked Cell A and Cell B. Examine shelves. You try the cupboards, but they are all locked. Various files, syringes, and other drugs lie on the shelf, but these are behind glass reinforced with metal grills. You try to open one and are unsurprised to find that this is locked too. Not wanting to be in this hellish pit for longer than necessary, you skim through the assorted newspapers and books, paying attention to sections highlighted in green. Drugs epidemic in Manchester. Locals report concerns about the rising number of users of synthetic cannabinoid spice in the Piccadilly area and elsewhere. The users, typically homeless people, can be seen acting like zombies in broad daylight, often passed out in front of shops and even defecating in phone boxes. Oh God. Bobby's on the beast. A local male was arrested yesterday in Stoke-on-Trent city centre after fighting off 4 police officers for up to 10 minutes whilst vigorously self-pleasuring and claiming to be an alien. The accused man, Bob Seville, 44, was believed to be under the influence of monkey dust, an artificial hallucinatory substance which causes paranoia and reduces pain perception.
Welcome to Merciaco, where the past comes alive.
You sit at a tatty, wheeled desk chair to the background consists of blue screen with Merciaco Internet in large white letters. Only a few icons are displayed. These are a phone, records, database, email, and internet browser. So where do you want to go today? Amidst the various scams, spam, and messages you see no use for, you find one that may be relevant in the sent folder. Sire, it is regrettable that you wish to mothball the genetic alteration program when we had such success with the 2 canines whose DNA were almost identical to dire wolves of old, but, of course, I must respect your decision. However, this does mean that we can focus on our pharmacological priorities. Our progress with study drugs A and B is coming along rapidly. Already have the substances that permanently adhere to the brain's serotonin receptors and turn the subjects either into, in crude terms, mindless zombies or vicious, unthinking killing machines. Moving to the castle will allow us to fine-tune these experiments with minimal interference. The most important priorities now are to find the means for these substances to switch off when we require, and the means of application in willing subjects. Intravenous injections are, of course, impractical for our ultimate objective. Your humble servant, Dr. Karova. You click the button marked Merciaco Telecom Records and get a list of database searches. The most recent one was checked very recently and it's close to home. You double click on this entry. Private messages, Claire Bear. Okay, so I was tracked. You double-click the browser button but are stopped in your tracks. The site is blocked by Merciaco internet policy. Your attempt to access this website has been registered and a report has been sent. Shit. As you approach the door, the ominous moaning and stench increases. Although there is a keyhole on the door, the handle turns smoothly. Bracing yourself, you pull the door back and choke on the as the smell of feces and God knows what else assaults you. 3 wailing figures are tied up in the cell. They fail to register your presence and gaze at the walls. There's a note on the wall, but nothing else that compels you to stay. Okay, so this is what happened to them. Hi. Oh, so. Okay, so this is where they are. Open the door to be greeted by the smell of rotting meat. This room is small and dark, but you discover the source of the odor to be hunks of flesh and a dog bowl. Light shines off a coal of tunes on the ground, and the note is attached to the wall. Ostrithe. Recommend tighter security procedures to help beat this transgression caused by administered drug. Some rotting innards. Fleshly dungeon test subjects might just be about to pass budget. All you know is stinks. Yeah. Man. Play. So you just single run away, and it was all expressing but neutralizing. You choose your own. Okay. I still have it. Oh my god. My god. Are you pocket the sleeping draught? You hear rapid footsteps and a loud bang from behind you. This probably isn't good. What in the name of Christ are you doing in my room? Demands Daisy. Well, I got lost and but Daisy isn't interested and grabs your arm, dragging you to the door. Get out! Now, I will stay here for the present to ensure that you do not violate my area again. She pushes you out and slams the door in your face. At least you got the potion I knew consider. Okay. I got it. Angels or demons? Angels. 10 across. Brie. Okay. So this part, angels and demons, nymphs and the queen, these are God damn it, help me. The paintings. Hold on. Angels, demons, nymphs, queen. Okay. Parlor. Sorry. Queen. Queen over here. This is in parlor. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Library. Eyeless, and then nymphs. JW. Waterhouse. Okay. These horses must be pushed without all. This fails to pique their interest. Dropped in meat into the bowl and the beasts spring to life, almost tearing each other apart to get at the food. Once the last of the meat, gristle, and bone fragments have disappeared, they start eyeing you up, clanging you on both sides. One starts to spring up but hesitates and mostly drifts sideways. The other has lost interest in you, and soon both drop to the ground, drift off into their dire, bold dreams. The shed bolts make a loud noise, you pull them back, but the dire bolts are out cold. Disappointingly, the shed doesn't appear to have been stocked yet, but does contain 2 sturdy work boots, which you take before going back outside. Okay. Go to crib.
Welcome to Mercy Echo, where the past comes alive.
What's in the shells? Okay. The library. Heads of Angels. Joshua Reynolds. Daisy is locked. Okay. Okay. Antechamber. Trilock. Angels. One. 7. 8. 6. I know the queen, I just don't know the demons. D would be a 4. Oh, this doesn't make sense. Or maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Three. Trying to angels and demons, nymphs and the queen. So the angels are with the demons and the nymphs are the queen. So it's J, W, Waterhouse, and John Collier. So JJ. Wait, JJ is 9. Right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. No. Then it's. What? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Doesn't go. Nymphs and queen. Oh, wait a minute. Queen. Queen, there's 1. Nymphs. I think angels, there were 4. Nymphs. Maybe 5. Angels, demons, nymphs. Okay. I know what to do. Fuck. Parlor. One queen, right? Has to be 1 queen. I'm gonna say that the queen is 1. Library. to say that the nymphs are 6. Where were the angels? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, the angels were 5. Okay, I just don't know where the demons are. So 5. This I don't know. 6 and 1. Is it the number of people? There's 5 angels. There's 2 people here. Excuse me. I'm trying to make myself more comfortable. Then climb the stairs. Daisy, I can't go. Oh, there's a painting here. Oh, demons. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the demons are either 3 or 4. Where did I find the nymphs? Oh, 7. This is a person. Nymphs is 7. Okay. I think now I got it. So angels is 5. I'm gonna go with 3. Well, nymphs I got 7. Boom. Remember the castle's rather curious artwork collection? You turn the wheels of the lock. Snaps open, falls on the stone floor with a loud chunk. No. Outside. Free from the confines of Bunny Hill Castle, you triumphantly take in the view across this neck of Staffordshire. Even the wind, gloom, and patchy rain don't diminish your spirits. Well, not too much anyway. You are not at the top, not at the bottom, but halfway up a hill, possibilities lurk in every direction except this one. A manned bridge lies downhill, a castle looms above, and a metal fence cuts off progress to the east. You are halfway up the hill, clockwise from starting position. You hear, but can't see signs of traffic, while further down is a football pitch. The woodland to the north and west is cut off by a simple wire fence with steel posts, which runs down the southwest and seemingly right at the top. It looks easily climbable. You get ready to scale the fence by holding on to metal posts, but then flying backwards. Getting your breath back, you bitterly wonder why the landowner didn't feel the need to put up an electrocution hazard notice anywhere. Clearly, he's not the sort to go in for a warning. Go east. No, south. You return to the bridge to see the man in the leather jacket lounging by, which you quickly realize to be your only exit. He whistles an off-key tune and has the languid expression of someone who'll stay there all day if he has to. The stream runs from east to west. Approach, man. You approach the leather-clad man. He nods at you. Nice day for it, he says. Well, well, well. If it isn't our new roving research assistant, how can Big Bad Bob help you today? I'd like to leave for the pub quiz. When I say, how can I help you, he begins. Let me rephrase that. Actually, no. Just think of the syntactic connotation instead. When a policeman calls you sir, is he going to treat you like he's your servant? When your partner tells you to do what you like, is that actually an invitation to go out on a bender? The man presses your arms with just enough force to halt your progress. Think again, pal. You've been here 5 minutes and you're already disregarding orders. Your predecessors were never this disobedient, at least not for very long. Ozzy wants me to go and help with the pub quiz. Ozzy told me I need to go and help with the pub quiz. I hope you sound convincing. Oh, he did he? Bob's face a mask. Now, I don't believe that for 3 reasons. 1, you're not in the car with him. B, he hasn't changed my orders to keep you here. And 3, I'm not entirely brain dead. Really? What did you say? Oh, nothing. The Gate Cemetery somehow surviving tags by the frenzied direwolves who are now in the land of Nod, or maybe dead, but who cares? We walk along the stream, which doesn't quite look a jumbo ball, and past a football pitch with rusting goalposts only the faintest hint of white markings. An old-fashioned scoreboard has a score eternally called the CSKA Clayton 00 Visitor 00. The land progresses into woodland to the west. Your progress, however, grinds to a halt as the ground becomes too marshy to tackle with your shoes, which are now caked in mud and threatening to send your legs flying off in any variety of directions. Or simply trap them together. It's no wonder CSK don't score many goals, you feel. You put on Len's work boots. Holy shit, that's scary. And head west into a thicker section of woodland. The moaning suddenly resolves itself in a snarling apparition lurches into view. You jump and consider running until you realize Twisted Woman is beyond the stream and can't seem to get past. Relief returns to bewilderment as you realize the woman is dire, syncretic clue enthusiast Osterthay. Elf answers her phone after what seems like a long time. Play situation as calmly as you can manage and think you can hear her footsteps pacing down the stairs well before you finish. Hi sis, Elf appears in no time after your message and has a glazed expression on her face. What are you doing out here? Dad won't like it. Of course you never were one to just take his advice, always exploring places you shouldn't. Maybe you should just come back to your cell. Faye's moans turns into an even more menacing silence as she stares at her sister. The contest is soon over and Faye moves on to the east. Silly bitch, she never could jump that stream. That's why she's lost. Elf says, followed by an unnerving burst of laughter that South schoolgirl giggling off unhinged mania. Can I leave now? Asked with feeling breaking the spell. What? Oh yes, you'll want to get to the pub quiz with the gang, won't you? Of course Bob's on the bridge and he won't let you leave just for me. Unless, if I were to have a problem with my bedroom, he'd have to come up and fix it, wouldn't he? He's always very eager to fix things for me when the old man's out. Oh, don't look at me like that. Faye passes her time exploring and rebelling. I spend it in more satisfying ways. Which approach has worked better, would you say? Elf grins and moves close, touching your shoulder with one hand and taking a phone out with the other. 10556. 10556. She says as she dials a number and walks back to the castle. Boots on, feel more confident that you'll be able to clear this jump. Take a run up, leap in the air, and fall short again, this time hitting your shin on a rock. Scrambling backside, there must be another way to escape. Duties. You cross the bridge into Clayton's suburbs, looking forward to seeing your friends and putting this whole bizarre nightmare behind you. Another friend has different ideas, and Faye approaches looking like she's out for blood. There's no stream to protect you this time. faith thing approaches you and you try to hold your nerve. So, you can't really be mad at me, can you? Surround you in a parent embrace. Maybe you're getting somewhere. Only when you try and resist, you realize she has you in a vice-like hold. Your lips are on your neck, and your teeth are the love-bite, increasing pressure until she gouges out your throat. There's no way to scream without a voice box. You die. Fight, Faye. You die. I don't know what to do. Oh. Holy shit, she killed Bob! You run full pelt down the road and see two figures you recognize. Claire! Dave! You shout in gratitude and hug each one. Oh, babes, you got the job! Dave blushes as you hug him, but quickly recovers to tap at his watch. Well done, but have you been revising for the pub quiz? Word is the quiz master is a bit of a nutcase. His main interests are history, especially the Saxon period, medicine, and politics, so it's important to quickly brush up on. You let Dave's drawings wash over you and your office phone go off. It displays a health's number and you answer. I've been a naughty girl, haven't I? I have Bob's revolver right here. Couldn't let him hurt my sister, even if she is a bit of a pain. Looks like I'll be seeing you in the pub after all. I hear Daddy's got a big announcement to make. You've completed the Bunny Hill Horror Part 1. Congratulations, you're amazing! Thanks for playing. If you enjoyed this, or even if you didn't, then please rate. Let us know any comments or suggestions you may have, and follow us on this website, on Twitter, or wherever. Only two of us made this, and we both have full-time jobs, so any support would be fantastic. Guess I'll start in Part 2 now. Dom. Victory! Okay. Let's go on to menu. This was very, very, very enjoyable. Honestly, like for an indie horror experience, I didn't feel scared at all. Um, but I was very intrigued by the well, by what was going on and how I could escape. And I like the story. I like the story. I will continue part two, not straight away. I typically don't do like series in one go. I play other games in between, and that's what I'll do. Still, mad props to the developers. This was very enjoyable. I will leave a link to the game on the description for those interested. And yeah, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you soon.